Hi guys, it's X. Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I am going to be introducing you to my puppies. They are so cute, and this is Sushi and this is Sashimi. Their grandma bought them these cute little pajamas on Amazon. Sashimi doesn't fit into hers yet. Sushi does. He's such a good little boy. Okay, let me take them out of these little pajamas because they're struggling, and then I will go over everything that happened. But for the next 40 seconds, here's the video on how I was surprised with my wedding gift. I told you not to bring all that shit out. Just throw that shit on the floor. Baby, this is your wedding present. Okay, so now that you watched that portion, I have been obsessed with pugs my whole life. I don't know what it is about their ugly little faces that only a mother could love that I just love them so much, and I have always wanted one. I had two growing up. I had one. Unfortunately, he passed away when we took him to go get neutered. He was allergic to the anesthesia and he passed. His name was Charlie. He was my first pug. And then I had Georgie when I was 17 years old, and I took him everywhere. I had all kinds of clothes for him, little hoodies. Like, I kept him in this little doggy backpack, and I literally went everywhere with my dog. I loved him so much. And ever since then, I haven't had a dog. That was, I think, the last dog I had. Other than that, I adopted Kabuki and Kikkoman. And so I literally have been begging my fiance every single day for the last, like, I think 2 years. I want a bow wow wow. That's our term for a pug puppy. And I really wanted to name it Sashimi or Sushi. Where I come up with my names is I, for the longest time, thought I was part Japanese. We had heard a rumor in our family that my grandpa was part Japanese, and then I did my 23andMe and found out we weren't. But that is how Kabuki got her name, my cat, and Kikkoman, his name is Shiitake Kikkoman. All Japanese names. I wanted to stay with that, so that is how I got the names Sushi and Sashimi. So Sushi's the boy and Sashimi is the girl. And my mom had been asking me, like, have you talked to Cameron? What's the situation? Is your mother-in-law gonna let you have dogs when you move in? Because we're gonna be renting her house. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know. Like, I am so busy right now in NP school. I have an internship in May, and I'm going to be going to San Diego 3 days a week until I finish 180 hours in 2.5 months. So this was just a shock. My mom got 2 puppies for us, and she was only going to give me the female because I had said I wanted a girl so it doesn't hike their leg and like pee in the house. But of course, when I saw both, I couldn't say no or send one away. And by the way, I did not even bother to put a background today because I already knew they'd be biting it and chewing on it as they're doing now. We have a nickname for them called the toe goblins because they just want to chew up everything. But I'm going to show you products that I have purchased that have made my life easier. I got these dogs, I believe, literally a week ago. It was last Sunday, so I've had them for 8 days. And I couldn't have them in my apartment, actually. But we are moving soon, so I have to talk to my manager about that. But everyone kept telling me, oh my God, there's no way you're gonna be able to take care of one, let alone 2 puppies. It's very hard, blah, 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 blah. It has been a dream. The first 2 days were very hard, I won't lie. I was waking up every 2 hours the first night and just having to sit here tired. It's like having a baby, they say. So I would sit here with my blanket and just until they fell asleep, go back to sleep, and then they'd wake up and I'd have to chase them everywhere because you don't want them to poop on the floor, pee on the floor, and all this stuff. but I'm going to show you some products that have literally changed my life. And I want to thank my coworker Brittany, because she gave me, I think, the best advice. And I saw a YouTube video. I will link it somewhere here down below. I don't remember the girl's name, so after an editing I will put it here. But I saw a YouTube video on tips on how to potty train in 1 week, and when the girl said have your dogs potty train in 1 week, I thought she was full of crap. I was like, there's no way I'm going to potty train these dogs in a week. When I was 17 and I had Georgie, I potty trained him on the wee-wee pad. Every time he'd go on the wee-wee pad, I'd give him treats. She's trying to bite my hair. Oh, my baby. He's trying to bite my hair. So I trained Georgie so well that when I would sleep, he would bring the wee-wee pad on to my head while I was sleeping, because I would give him a treat. So I did not want to do that this time, but the best advice that I got that literally helped me was Brittany told me that when she had her dog, she would fill the space with wee-wee pads, just I guess a bunch covering all the floor, and slowly she would take one away. And she also told me when you first come home and they see you, they're super excited, they can't control their bladder, they're very small, so they have to pee all the time, and because of that, they're incontinent, they go everywhere. And literally the first night that I was at work and Cameron was taking care of them by himself, he's like, I don't even know how we're gonna have children. I can't control these two dogs. Like, one poops, I'm chasing after that one, the other one's going to the bathroom chasing after that one, and it was a nightmare the first 2 nights. Hey, no, you don't do that. That's not nice. She is my feisty one. I will tell you about their personalities in a second. He is such a good boy. He sleeps when he's supposed to. He poops and pees where he's supposed to. He's quiet. This little munchkin, on the other hand, is such a pain in my butt. She tries to be dominant, does not want to pee where she's supposed to, even though she knows where she's supposed to go. I'll put her on the wee pad and she just wants to bolt and pee somewhere else. And I'm like, no, I'm alpha, not you. She also is the one that cries all the time, and she's the one that growls and barks, and I'm just like, why can't you be like your brother? He is such a good boy. But anyway, back to the potty training. I feel like it's been 5 days since the first 2 nights, and I have gotten it under control. They're not 100% potty trained, but what I did was, first off, bought this amazing playpen off Amazon. So this is where I keep them, and I will show you the setup in a second. I brought them this playpen. My cousin had given me mats, workout mats, so I lined the floor with that. And I put 2 wee-wee pads, their bed, and then also this other amazing product that I will show you in a second. It's a piece of grass with a wee-wee pad underneath it. And literally, thanks to Brittany, I decided when I get home, I'm gonna sit with the dogs for 15-20 minutes, wait for them to get all their excitement out, wait for them to have to go to the bathroom. So I'm sitting here actively watching them. Once I see that they have pooped and peed in the right spot, I can let them roam around freely, and I have not had accidents since this. I don't get why my boy is much better than my girl, but it has been literally life-changing, because the first 2 days I was like, how am I going to do this? I no longer can just come live my life freely. I have to watch these babies and make sure they're not urinating and pooping everywhere. Like, the first day I was literally carpet cleaning every hour, and now I have not had to do that. So another thing is, when we went to the vet, I learned the hard way. I have a crate, and we were waiting at the vet for about 2 hours because we were at an urgent care. I could not get a freaking veterinary appointment anywhere. I called so many places, drove to so many, and they just wouldn't take us. So we took them to their urgent care, and for 2 hours, we were not expecting to be that long, so I didn't pack anything. And they stooled in their little crate. Hey, sorry. They stooled in their little crate, and we didn't have water. My mother-in-law brought us water, and so I was like, okay, I learned my lesson. I'm gonna make a baby diaper bag. So I'm gonna show you what I got in my baby diaper bag, what I'm gonna put in it. The first thing is these baby puppy wipes that I got. Some of this stuff I got at TJ Maxx, some of it I got at Target, and some of them at Petco. I suggest going to TJ Maxx, Ross, and Target first before going to Petco, because the prices are just so ridiculous for some of the stuff. So this are the wipes that I got for them, and I also have these that I got, I believe, from Target. So one is for home, one is for my little diaper bag that I have here. And then another thing is I got these collapsible water bowls. Must you bite your brother like that? That's not nice. You don't bite. Don't growl. Okay, go back to playing. So I got these because now I know that we can be somewhere unexpected. And I also got this just to carry their food. You know, I had a feeling. Okay, I was like, I thought it was broken in the store, and I knew I should have checked it out before, but no, it works. So this is for their food. And then I got a couple wet ones just for us so we can wash our hands in case. I also have hand sanitizer at the bottom of my backpack. And then we were definitely wishing that we had tissue or something. And then I have, let me go get it because I don't have it here. Sorry. So I bought this at Ross. I think it was $3.99. And it came to 4, 6, 8. It came with 8 things of wee wee bag. So I should probably put one in the bag. But I use these because if I'm gonna pick up stool and throw it in our trash can, I don't want every time I lift it for it to smell like stool or the house smell like stool. So I bought a bunch of these, and I did not realize how many of these I was gonna go through in a day. What are you doing? You got a grunt? I love pugs. Like, their little grunts, their little squeaks, their little snores, like, just make me laugh so much. And then my mom also got Cameron and I, like, each pug mommy and pug daddy shirts. I will show you his in a second. But anyway, this is what I also use at home. The vet advised us not to take them out until they were fully vaccinated because of parvo and how horrible it is this year. So they have just been in the house, but I literally can't wait to the day where we move and I can take them to the park and play with them and let them get their energy out and stuff. Okay, so today I also went to buy a couple of things, and things that in general I just bought that I didn't think I was gonna need that I do, and that was a bunch of washcloths because every time I'm picking up the stool, I'm washing my hands, and I didn't realize how my one was just not cutting it anymore. 2, I got this little placemat for them because this little girl, let me tell you, she's so bad. Every time I give them new food, hey, pup, stop that. Every time I give them new food, they love to chew on my hair. She just goes in and throws all the food out, literally scoops it all out and then eats it off the floor. And I'm like, why did I buy you a bowl? I would have just put it on the floor if I would have known. But my boy, he is such a good boy. I can't explain how much of a good boy he is. I did not purchase this, but every Christmas, birthday, a lot of people always give me throw covers, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with them. I was switching them out in my house, but now I'm glad and thankful that I have so many because now I just switch it out of their little bed. And then I bought them another bed today because they are outgrowing the one that my mom or my aunt let my mom bring. So I got them a new bed. And then I wasn't sure, I got them little rawhides and I just bought them these little treats. I did not want to give them treats every time they went on the wee wee pad because I didn't want them to expect it. But I'm gonna try these when they do, I do see them go on their own just to thank them. And then I bought this cool mason jar to hold their food in. And if you're curious to what I'm feeding them, I'm actually feeding them Neutro. And the reason why I'm feeding them Neutro is because I already fed the cats that. My manager at Starbucks, Alyssa, from years ago, like I think 10-15 years ago now, told me, because I used to feed my cat just Target store brand food, and I was like, why do you pay for such expensive food? And she was like, because the healthier they eat, the less they poop, the less it smells, blah blah. And I was like, oh, okay. And I don't know why ever since then, like, Neutro is what I chose for my cats, and so I just wanted to keep the brand the same because I like the brand. So that is what I decided to purchase. Also, The one thing I remember from being an animal science major is that they, if you're gonna feed your cat something, check the ingredients, and the first ingredients should be a real thing. Like, it should be chicken, and not, crap, what was it? Like, it should be an actual food source instead of product or something like that. It's the only thing that I remember, is to make sure that the first couple ingredients are real and not, like, especially for cats. I remember, quote me if I'm wrong, because I wasn't an animal science major, that cats, like, you can't give them a vegan diet. It will make them go blind, because they're like carnivores, true carnivores, and they need that protein. And so dogs, I believe, are omnivores. They can have both. So to make sure you read the product and that make sure it's the first thing is a protein source. And then wee pads saved my life. I bought mine for Target for 50 of them. It was $17. When I went to Petco, I think I paid the same price for, I want to say, 10 extra large. Will not do that again. I also saw them, I believe, for 10 bucks at Ross. I don't know the quality, but for 10 bucks at Ross for 50 is a great price. And then the reason why I bought this for their food is because if you see my boy back there, my poor little man, he is very overweight. I don't want to change his diet. He's already gonna be 9 years old. He's happy the way he is, has never had health issues that I'm aware of. So I don't want to change his diet. And because I was gone so much and just focusing on the cats being able to have food by themselves, because cats are very self-sufficient compared to dogs, I just leave the food out all day. But for the dogs, I want to make sure they're healthy and not overweight, because I already know what the end product is, just letting them eat. So I have been following the rules on the directions of the bag. So I do feed them their recommended, I don't know, what is it, like 3/4 of a cup every 2-3 times a day, or sorry, I think it's up to like 6 times a day. But yeah, so that's what we've been doing. But anyway, I'm gonna show you my little setup here, and I also have this camera that I watch the dogs when I'm gone from work. I've had it for the cats because I was so scared of traveling and not being able to see if they needed food or water, and then I would call the babysitter and they'd come feed them. So Kabuki is right there, if you can see her. Kabuki, get down! Get down! But anyway, I just, the camera makes me put my mind at ease, because now I know what they're doing when I'm gone. But anyway, let me show you my little setup here. Okay, so here is the little camera that I have. It was $35. The brand is Wise. I keep it not facing me when I'm at home. But I have it on this little stool. It does a whole 360. And then this is the little setup. So technically, I think this is for outdoors, because it had these stakes to put into the ground. I was scared that they were gonna jump on it and knock it over. So I put our little cat thingy here, and then I put that thing over there to keep it from knocking over at night on this side. But basically, I have the exercise mats underneath on 3 of the squares, 2 wee pads, their little area, their food, and then that little grassy thing. That little grassy thing, I swear, was super expensive. It was $40 for that small little thing, but they love it. They urinate in there. It's great. I slowly have been trying to get rid of this wee pad so they only have one and extend their little play area. However, I haven't been able to do that yet because they're not ready to. Yesterday, I put a blanket there and they urinated on it, so they're just not ready yet. So I'm gonna keep those 2 pads for now. Eventually, I am hoping I can move their food out of the middle and put it on this side once they are more potty trained. And then the last thing I have for you is, how are the cats getting along with the dogs? So Kabuki has been around other animals, and so she's a little bit more open to the idea of walking around. This is her house. She is the queen of the castle. So she still roams around freely. She, when they're sleeping, will come sniff them and see what they're doing. Kikkoman, on the other hand, I don't know where he went, is still a little bit more apprehensive. He hisses at them. He did swat at them one time, and thankfully nobody was hurt, but Sushi like ran away screaming even though he swatted at Sashimi. But they're overall great dogs. Like, I am just so thankful that for the last 3 nights they've been sleeping overnight. There he is. Come here, Papa. So Kikkoman still hisses at them. Oh, come here, my baby. Oh. Oh, Sean. Oh, Sean, big boy. Kikkoman is still hissing at them. As you can see, he is a big ass dog. I mean, cat. Okay, there he goes. Yeah. That's what usually what happens. But other than that, I feel like in another week they will be fine. This is why I wanted puppies and not an older dog, because I knew they were just not going to get along. If they were older, introducing them, I just didn't feel like it would go very well. So thankfully the little puppies know their space. When they get near them, if he starts hissing, they just walk away, or they do this cute little thing where they like bow their head to them and do this and like cry because they really want to play with him. But Kikkoman's not ready, and I'm not going to push them. As you can see, he like stares at them, but they are allowing their space, and so I'm just gonna give it another week or two, give it some time. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and for joining me today. Say bye, Sashimi. Say bye. Oh, Sushi, you want to say bye too? Okay, bye bye.